If you want to identify wild garlic, the leaves always have a separate stem. The upper side of the leaf is shiny, the underside is matte, and they grow from a little onion bulb thing. I will place that back into the earth. I just pulled it out by accident, I thought I'd show you. So, but if you're not an experienced forager, please look at more information than just me telling you some things here. So, wild garlic, very nice.
I'm starting a new
project on the loom today. And as you can see, I have split the warp into 2 pieces because I'm doing seat cushions for my chairs downstairs. So right now I'm at the stage where I will knot the warp to this piece of wood. I don't know all of the specific terms in weaving in English. I also really don't know them in German. I'm just following my mom's instructions here. So I'm trying to get the tension like evenly distributed right now. So I'm using leftover wool from the 2 rugs that I made a few months ago. And I'm using the lighter color, which is a kind of creamy white color. And a very similar color with some tweedy speckles in it for the edges, so I can sew them shut. I don't want the tassels to hang down from the chairs. I want everything to be very clean. That's the project for today. Petra, was jammerst du hier rum? Ja, was denn? Joś. Du Süße. Wie lange ich brauche, um das umzugraben. Tja. dentist appointment now. I'm a bit too early because it was storming and I wasn't really sure which way I can take that was safe, but I took the fastest way possible, so now I'm here all early and I have to wait. I really hope they won't torture me so I can then after go shopping, because I need some things. And I also went to visit a thrift store I haven't been to in a while. And what is also very exciting is that the cherry trees and the magnolias are in bloom down here, and some other trees as well. And it's always so fascinating because this was like a 30-minute drive for me, but because I live higher up and I don't know what level of elevation we are here, but maybe 200, 400, something like that, and I live on 1,000 meters. We just live in completely different worlds. I feel like they are at least 2 to 3 weeks ahead of us when it comes to like how fast flowers are blooming, and everything is quite green here already, and we don't even have green grass up where I live. It still blows my mind, even though I know this area for my whole life, but it still is very fascinating to me that there's such a big difference in the seasonality, the weather and the conditions, even though it's so close by. I still have 15 minutes to kill. Why am I so early? So everything was kind of a success. The dentist didn't torture me, but I'm also not really sure if it helped. I need to see, or I need to go back and do some other kind of treatment. And then I went to the drugstore, and now I just came out of the thrift store and I found really good things there. And I wanted to show just a little stack of CDs I found. All of the other things I will show when I'm home, but I found so many good CDs. So TLC, Erykah Badu, I'm a huge fan. Madonna, you can always listen to her. The Cardigans, Natalia Imbruglia, I really don't know how to say her name, but she had this really huge hit, Torn, which I love. Then Björk and No Doubt. So I feel like this little stack of CDs alone is a huge success, and I think I paid €1 for each of these, so €7 for all of these CDs. Really good. I'm back home and the weather turned into some kind of nasty version of spring. We have some kind of mix between rain and snow, and it's still very stormy outside, so I'm quite happy to be inside. But I'm going to show the things I got in a thrift store, except for the CDs that I've already shown while I was still in the car. First thing I got is this clock slash temperature and humidity station. So we have humidity, time and temperature. It is powered by a battery and I put one in and it's working, so that's great. Then I also got this mug with a ram on it. I think it is a ram. I researched this and originally it costs 30 euros and I got it for 1, which is also a great deal. Next I got this black and silver belt. It has also a silver piece on the end and it is quite small. It fits me in the waist very well, but I can't really wear it on my hips. And this is by the brand Angels, which is a German denim brand, I think. By the style of it, I think this is kind of like a 90s piece and it's in great condition and I really like the silver hardware. Next I got a blazer and it is a bit ironic because I do have 3 blazers, I think, but I do wear them. I'm a blazer kind of girl and I didn't have a brown one. And brown is kind of like my new favorite neutral. I do prefer it over black sometimes. The outer fabric is 100% wool and the lining is viscose, and if you see, there is a different lining for the sleeves and it is very beautiful. And the brand is Stones. This was 7 euros. Still an amazing price for something like this. Next I found these pair of corduroy vintage pants. They are quite fitted. I wouldn't say skinny jeans, but these are pretty tight, but they do have a bit of elastane. I still don't know how to say it. Elastane. The kind of stretchy stuff they put into fabric so they become stretchy. And it has a percentage of that in. It's 85% cotton, 13% polyester and 2% elastane. But it's vintage and the brand is Vanilla. I don't know, but I researched it and it was kind of a popular brand in the 80s. And this style also fits more into the 80s or 90s. They don't have back pockets and they fit like a glove. They are really comfortable and I haven't worn like tighter fitting pants in a while and sometimes I feel like it would look good actually. And then I got this pleated skirt. It's a long skirt and it has these tiny pleats, which is also called plissé in German and I think in French also. It is in a dark olive green color and it is 100% silk, which makes it very special. It also makes it pretty much impossible to clean because silk is very hard to clean and then if you wet it, the pleats will go away. And I personally really don't want to iron these pleats back in, so I probably just will never clean it. The brand is Pink Flamingo and it is made in Switzerland and this is also a Swiss brand. I researched it in it. I don't think they are still operating within the fashion industry, but it was like a higher priced fashion brand with like collections and everything back in the days in Switzerland. So, and lastly I got these shorts. They are in this chartreuse color way, but more on the greenish side. These are not yellow. In case anyone thinks they are yellow, I would never wear something yellow, but I will wear something in this yellowy green color. And this is a viscose linen blend. I think these will just be great for summer because they are just comfortable, they have pockets, the material is really good for summer as well. So yeah, these were all of my finds. I didn't even look through the book section because I got so many books last week and I don't want to be excessive. That was a really good day so far, even though the dentist wasn't really very helpful. But I think they tried their best. It's just not working, so yeah. Okay, Fan is running for me. She's going! Okay. I went to another thrift store this week and I also found some things there. So I got this silver chrome thing. I think originally it is supposed to be used for butter, so you can put a huge block of butter in and then store it in this container. But I don't eat butter, so I'm going to use it for something else. This is just a pretty container. Then I got this silver chromey plate. This is actually a very good brand, WMF. That's a German, quite a good German brand for kitchenware. And then I got this necklace or chain. It has this kind of snaky structure. And it is really pretty, I think. There is no brand or any kind of hint on the material, but it feels kind of high quality. I don't think it's like cheap thing, or at least it is older, and what was cheap 30 years ago is probably not cheap anymore, so and I don't know what I paid for this, maybe €1.50, I think, so that's really cool. Then I also got this bandana. It's just white with this classic bandana pattern on it. I don't have one, and I thought it would be nice for summer to have an alternative for any kind of hats, because I do like to keep my head safe from the sun, because I'm very sensitive to sunlight, and this would be nice to have. And this was €1 and it's just 100% cotton. And then lastly I got this jacket. It has this button down, this classic button down pattern cut, but it is a jacket. The material is really nice because it is a linen lyocell blend. Originally it is from H&M. It has this really boxy shape and this very nice green color. That is my favorite shade of green. I also really haven't talked about my knitting in a while, so I'm going to give an update on that quickly. This is the current state of the sweater that I'm knitting on. It is almost finished. I am on the second sleeve and I think there is just a third of it left to make. I'm using Drops alpaca silk, brushed alpaca silk, in the color 45. I think this is called olive oil, which is a good description for this color, I think. If you have watched the last knitting update, you have seen this white cable sweater that I was working on, and I sent it on holiday because I don't think I will wear it when I finish it now, because it is going into spring now and it's a very structured, heavy, very warm sweater. And I finished the back panel and the front panel, and it's now in storage, so I can continue knitting on that in the autumn. Instead, I started this little thing. It really looks tiny and ridiculous because it is ribbed, but this stretches out quite a bit, so it hopefully fits me, but I think it will. This is knit in 2x2 rib, and it's going to be a very tight fitting long sleeve sweater. So there is this little mock neck to go with it. It's just knit with raglan increases, and I didn't do any short rows because with my body type it's not the most important thing to do, and with ribbing it always looks a bit weird to do short rows, I think. So I skipped that part. I am again, for both of these sweaters, I am not using a pattern, I just go with my own calculations. That's just the general way that I'm operating in any kind of aspect in my life. I hate following instructions, and I will rather do a lot of mistakes because I did it myself, but that's just how my brain is wired. The yarn is Filcolana Merci, which is a 50% cotton and 50% merino yarn. And this is from a project that I unraveled last year. It was a zipper sweater that had a similar type of construction and similar fit, but it wasn't really working out the way I wanted it to. And so I unraveled it. I do like the color. It is like a mix between grey and brown. I am thinking of myself as an autumn, so straight, cool toned grey looks very weird on me. Because I also have an olive undertone in my skin, and when I'm really pale, I really look green. I look very sick. But today I put some makeup on so you can't see. So that's the knitting update. I will probably finish this sweater today or tomorrow, and then I can start something new, which is always very exciting for me. I love starting new knitting projects, and then the excitement wears down a bit over time. But that's okay, I will still finish it. I hate having unfinished projects that are just cluttering my space. I don't like that. So that's the update.